Hello, my name is Elizabeth Rogers. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the Prevention Education Coordinator for the Campus Assault Resources and Education Program, or CARE as many people call us. Well, I wanted to create this video just to let you all know who we are, what we do, and how you can be involved in creating a safe and healthy campus for all Bruins. So I would like to go over our mission statement first and foremost. It's important to note that CARE operates from an anti-oppression framework. We promote an environment free of sexual and gender-based violence. We offer confidential advocacy, comprehensive outreach and prevention education, as well as holistic programs for the UCLA community. We at CARE want to ensure that the UCLA community understands their right to a safe campus experience and provides support for those impacted by sexual and gender-based violence. So it's important to know that we at CARE have three main facets that we operate through: confidential advocacy, prevention education, and our alternative healing programs. In the following slides, we will go over what those three facets are. So what exactly is confidential advocacy? Our CARE advocates offer confidential support and advocacy to all UCLA undergrad students, graduate students, staff, faculty, anybody who identifies as a survivor of sexual and gender-based violence, which includes harassment, which includes assault, stalking. And this is important to note that we accept clients no matter if a person reports a formal report. The primary role of advocates is to provide emotional support and establish safety for all clients. So this might include assisting survivors in receiving campus accommodations, such as housing accommodations, obtaining a restraining order, addressing academic and employment concerns. We also offer through our services a holistic wellness model to address all of our campus needs. So again, how can advocates help? We provide crisis intervention and emotional support, resources and referrals for counseling, medical, legal, and other resources that folks might need. Developing a safety plan, accompaniment to police, Title IX, or student conduct, interviews, meetings, hearings, as well as obtaining no contact directives, stay away orders, and just general healing and empowerment. Now, we kept throwing around this word confidentiality, so I wanted to go over what exactly confidentiality is. So it's important to know that CARE does not share any information you disclose. Anything said to anybody in our office, our advocates, cannot be released. The only exception is if we hear of any suicidal, homicidal threats, child abuse, elder abuse, or dependent elder abuse, adult abuse. So CARE and Title IX, though do very similar work and do work closely together, are two separate services. So it's important to know that CARE, once again, is confidential, meaning anybody can come in office and be like, hey, is this person here? And we cannot confirm or deny. We are a confidential resource that provides advocacy services, alternative healing programs, and outreach programming. Whereas Title IX is a reporting resource that investigates instances of sexual violence between UCLA affiliates. So that means that Title IX can be subpoenaed by a court of law, whereas that same subpoena will not apply to CARE. So it's important to know what your confidential resources, who your confidential resources are on campus. And it's important to know that if anybody is part of a confidential resource or office on campus, they are not responsible employees. So we will go over what a responsible employee is, but I want to emphasize that there are 4 confidential resources here on campus. That is CARE, CAPS, this counseling and psychological services, You have UCLA Student Legal Services and the UCLA Ombuds Services. Now, we told you like there's a whole bunch of different offices. Some are confidential, some are not. When should you go to these different offices, specifically CARE and Title IX in relation to a gender or sexual-based violence? So once you go to CARE, if you want information that you disclose to be confidential, like I said, anything said to our advocates cannot leave those advocates, those offices, our office. You want more information about your rights and options as a survivor, whether that is reporting or not. You're not sure if you want to report. You need help with necessary academic, living, and work accommodations. You want help navigating the criminal justice system if that's the route that you decide to go. When should you report to Title IX? You want to report an instance of sexual violence or sexual harassment for investigation when the respondent is a member of the UCLA community. Now, prevention education. So it's important to know that we at CARE provide comprehensive outreach and prevention education to the campus community on topics such as sexual assault, dating and domestic violence, and stalking. We create custom workshops and presentations for our UCLA student groups or departments. And again, it's important that we emphasize that we operate from an anti-oppression framework. And it's really important that we create intersectional presentations that address the root causes of violence. So just a few presentations that we have created, that we have presented, workshops, discussion, work groups around issues of identity oppression, the effects of trauma, alternative healing, dating and domestic violence, rights and options, supporting survivors, upstandard intervention, and rape culture. Now, alternative healing programs are third facet of CARE. We recognize that healing from trauma can be a long and difficult journey. With respect to far-reaching, complex impact of trauma, CARE is committed to offering alternative forms of healing for survivors, including yoga, journaling, music, art, and dance. Healing programs are open to all genders, all ages, and all current UCLA affiliates, unless otherwise stated. Programs are also available by request and can be tailored to individual group needs. So a few that we have a trauma-informed yoga program. Our Yoga as Healing offers survivors a safe space to gain greater understanding around strength, stability, assertiveness, mindfulness. We have a journaling drop-in series that's called Right to Heal, which is very awesome. We have art therapy sessions, healing expressed through art, as well as music healing called Healing Rhythms, whether that is drums, other percussions. It is really focusing on creating music that is expressive of one's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, while also fostering a sense of safety, support, and community. Now, I gave you a lot of information about CARE, but it's important for me to give you the information of how to connect to CARE. So at the moment, we are located in Murphy Hall, A223. We have walk-in hours 9 to 4, Monday through Friday. You can request an appointment online. Our online form is completely confidential as well. You can email our advocate line at advocate@careprogram.ucla.edu. You can also call our main line. So how do you attend these amazing CARE programs that I briefly mentioned? One, you can always schedule one. That's always an option. Like I said, we do custom workshops, discussions, healing, alternative healing programs. We can really customize our outreaches to what your needs are. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at UCLA CARE Program. We have we post really amazing resources on there around current events, things to help survivors, activists, advocates, just generally raising awareness around the intersectionalities of gender-based violence and prevention. And similar how you can request an online appointment, you can also request a workshop via our online workshop form, request form on our website. COVID updates. It's important for us to make sure that you all have all the information during this time of COVID. So CARE is still operating as normal, just remotely. So our advocacy appointments are still available. Our workshops are still available. Our best way to reach us is through email, but you can also leave us a voicemail as well. We do have virtual programming throughout the academic year as well as through the summer, even though we are remote. So we will have videos and audio clips available for a variety of topics. We have healing programs that are still going on and will continue to go on through the summer and academic year, whether we're in person or remote. We have a variety of virtual toolkits specifically for different groups, different audiences, and we are open to creating those for you as well as just some general community engagement spaces. We recognize that it's very hard for us to be in this age of COVID, of self-quarantining, and many folks might, be by themselves or with only one other person, might not be safe, but we might need some other interactions with your community. So we are intentional about creating those spaces, and we will be sure to send those out to you all when we have those dates solidified. To find out more information when those things will be happening, again, follow us on social media. Our Facebook and Instagram is at Care Program, UCLA Care Program, and our website is careprogram.ucla.edu. And I want to thank you all for coming, for listening.